Welcome back to Slothboxx. I'm Lyndon Dixon, and this is the preview show talking about all of this weekend's boxing. We've got Ryan Garcia making his comeback. We've got Mick Conlan making his comeback against Gill, who's also making his comeback. So yeah, really a huge weekend for those fighters to try and get their careers back on the right path. But we're going to start with the one that comes first in Belfast in Northern Ireland on Saturday night, and that is Mick Conlan against Gill. Conlan, who's now left Adam Booth, and he's with Diaz, who's trained some great fighters over the years, Rigondeaux, Hrgovic, Miguel Cotto. So, I mean, he's in good hands, so to speak. So, yeah. But his last fight out was for the IBF title, and it was a loss there. So, he's really looking to, finally get things where they should be and, get back on the right path for the world title. Because he's had a few losses of late, but to be fair to him, he came back out pretty soon after those losses. And that's exactly what he's doing again. So, yeah, big night of fighting on a Matchroom, because elsewhere on the card, you've got Tyrone McKenna against Lewis Crocker. Now, that, ladies and gents, for me, is the sleeper on the card. If you don't know about the lads, you don't need to know too much. As long as you're watching, you'll see a proper dust-up in there on Saturday night. It's the one I'm most excited for, because it's a real clash of styles. And I spoke to Tyrone McKenna not too long ago, and he promised exactly that it's going to be a real dust-up. Clash of styles, clash of fans. And yeah, they're both just going to leave it all in the ring. And elsewhere on the card, you've got Kevin Agyarko against Troy Williamson. That's another one. That's another one that could really catch fire if they both come for it. Because there's been a little bit of back and forth online about Williamson saying, you need to fight me. Agyarko saying, I don't really need to fight you. But here they are. They're fighting each other. So yeah, time to put it to the test and see who's the better man on Saturday night. But yeah, you definitely need to keep your eye out for those few fights on that Conlan Gill card. But elsewhere, we're going back over to America, just like we was last weekend with Benavidez and Andrade. But this time, it's the golden boy of America at the minute. Well, at least he was until he till that loss not too long ago. But it's Ryan Garcia making his comeback against Oscar Duarte. Now, this is an interesting one, because Garcia, you would expect to sort of get him out of there. Not early, but just get him out of there looking good fashion. But it really remains to be seen what's going to happen. I can't predict it. I'm not going to predict it. But again, that's another one I can't wait for. But elsewhere on the card, there's another cracking fight. And it's Ohara Davies against Barroso for that WBA interim title. Now, the thing is, Ohara Davies was supposed to fight Rolly Romero not so long ago. But Romero pulled out of the fight with an injury. No one really knows what happened there, hence the quotation marks. So, yeah, I spoke to Davis's trainer, and they were sort of expecting that fight with Romero to happen, but it hasn't after signing with Golden Boy. But it's finally out before the year's out against Barroso, and it'll be a cracking fight, it really will. But, yeah, plenty of boxing to watch this weekend. Like I said, you've got the Conlan Gill card in Belfast, and then Garcia's making that comeback over in America early Sunday morning for our British viewers. But, yeah, like I say, I'm repeating myself, but it's a really good weekend of boxing. And after last weekend with Cameron Taylor, and then Benavidez Andrade, it's going to be a nice 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Looking back and then looking after this weekend's results as well. I can't wait. The year's ending well for all boxing fans. We're finally eating good. And yeah, anyway, I've been Lyndon Dixon. This has been Slothboxx. It's been the preview show where we only talk about the biggest and best fights in boxing at the minute. And yeah, make sure you tune in for the next one.